ethics statement, the stuff we're going to be showing today, if somebody was watching this and had bad intentions, they could do some very bad things. So we're asking everybody to please commit that you are going to use this information for learning and not pivot this into hacking into websites for scamming people or stuff like that. So can I get a I agree to the ethics statement from everybody here in the chat? Let's try it. Good. So here's the command. So we're going to take this part. There's another building block. Other acceptable answers would have been Perl, paste, PHP, Python. There's a million. Awk is great. Okay, so now we got a list of domain names that we actually want. Now we can actually run the whole list. So cat domains. So we'll head that for a second, just get 10 of them. Now let's develop our xargs. Xargs dig. All right, this one gave us something. Google Tag Manager is part of AdWords, or all kinds of Google stuff. AdWords, Google AdSense, Analytics, Optimize, they all use this thing called Tag Manager. And so they have a wildcard. But this is not a wildcard attached to GitHub Pages. So this one's not vulnerable. We're going to get responses like this. So I just wanted to try a few of them, and we can try a bunch. So we can try 100. And these are all websites that have some type of a wildcard. You'll notice some of them have C names and some of them have A names. Let's see if there's a way that we can check how parallel this is going to be. We want to run these all together as fast as we can because there's a million. Instead of running dig, I'm going to run echo. Echo will allow us to see what is being passed into it. So this is one command with a whole bunch of stuff. That's good. So we want actually one command. So that means that if we ran it like this, we ran dig and all of these things together, it would actually just spit those answers out. Okay, so let's profile this real fast. So let's take, how long would it take to run 100, let's do 1,000, through my domain server, which is Verizon. That's going to be too slow. So let's even try 200. Okay, 12 seconds. So 12 seconds times 10,000 is going to be too long for this. So we need something faster than that. Let's try if we use the Google domain server. Anybody know any other DNS servers that might be faster than Google? Cool. Another way to look this up is, if somebody else is using this, they would put an @ in front of the IP address when they use dig. These guys are using 888. No, that's not going to work. So we have another approach here, so let's not despair. So I'm just going to use Verizon because Verizon's closer to me than Google. What else can we do? Parallel. All right, that's a good idea. One approach is to leave xargs and directly switch to parallel. Parallel is a command where you can, let's man parallel. So I uninstalled it just so that I could reinstall it for the show. Parallel is a command where you can run things in parallel. You can run the same command in batch multiple times. We're using Homebrew. Here's Homebrew. Homebrew is a way to install good stuff on Mac. If you're on Linux, you have other ways to install good stuff. Here's one way to do it. I did build this out using Parallel, and I'll save you some time here. I did actually try this using Parallel and actually using multiple hosts over SSH. So it would like log into this server, log into that server. There's a lot of traffic because it's sending all these domain names, and that actually wasn't much faster to use. But we should try multiple parallel instances on the same server. Does anybody know how to do that without using the parallel command? And the command is right here, max prox. Let's see if we can play with that big command here. All right, so we've got domains, we've got xargs, we've got dig, we've got 8888, hack the planet, and then only the answer section. And so we will pass in here into xargs before the dig command. So you have to do this, or you should do that. And it will use P. So we got 12 seconds last time. Let's just double check that. 12, okay. So now let's try this with P5. Okay, we have someone join the room. Can you please agree with this statement? We need a affirmative emoji, or that is a neutral emoji. That is also neutral. That is an affirmative looking an emoji. All right, thank you. Okay, so we ran this command for xargs, and we ran 5 of them in parallel. I see, took 5 seconds. Okay, so it sliced it down a little bit. So this is actually going faster. We can be more aggressive here. How many multiple connections to Verizon's DNS do you think is appropriate here? Okay, let's do, well, that'll slow down our experiment. All right, let's try 1,000. Let's see if this is a problem. Now it's only going to do up to 200 because there's only 200 names. This one got slower for some reason. So let's go somewhere between 50 and 1,000. Let's do, I don't know, 100, something like that. So let's try this actually on 10,000 of them. So this is 1% of our list. So as this is going, you can see what's on the page here is we can check if any of them are using GitHub Pages. All right, so one of them does, github.github.io does resolve to GitHub. Not really helpful. GitHub is expecting people on their subdomains. We can take the output file and we can just see how many we got. So we tried 100, we tried 10,000, 1,500 domains here are using some type of a wildcard. Okay, oh, looks like we found one. Agile Manifesto. We can just check this one. All right, so let's try it. Let's see if we found one. Boom, vulnerable. Foobar, Ploople, Pooper, Snoot, agilemanifesto.org. And this is resolving to GitHub Pages. So we can start working on this and we can see if this is actually a problem, which means that we can host a website on a subdomain of agilemanifesto.org. As we continue, we go from clearly ethical to gray zone. So now we're in the gray zone. So let's discuss this before we proceed. So what we've identified, this website, Manifesto for Agile Software Development. And this is in a lot of languages, short website, not a high value government website here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set up my website as a subdomain to this website. And the purpose of doing this is to demonstrate to these people that there's a problem here. Let's open this as a discussion. So how do other people feel about this? We're not going to interfere with them. We're not going to degrade. We're not going to destroy, but we are going to illustrate what the problem is we're going to make something on this website and we're going to say, look, you should probably change this. We're also going to blog this. We're also going to send this to them. And we're also going to send this to GitHub. All that is coming today. Before I proceed, is there anybody who doesn't think this is a good idea and wants to discuss this? Speaking on behalf of everybody, Tornado says no, all good, echo chamber. All right, let's do it. So we're going to make a new repo. We're going to call this repo. No, people will take that the wrong way. So people don't take things seriously if you don't demonstrate it to them. That's for sure. Regarding this, y'all just got hacked. This is interesting, and this is definitely lead speak. This is definitely fun, exciting. Some people take this the wrong way. Vulnerability demo. This is interesting. I will tell you that based on my phone calls with the FBI, when I've been through a disclosure like this, appearances matter. So you can read about this on my blog, but basically I got into some banks and FBI was involved and other people were involved. There was a lot of discussion on why are you doing this? Because remember, this might not be the first time we've found something like this, but this is probably the first time that they've had a phone call like this. If you pick up the phone and you're like, y'all got hacked, and they're thinking like, oh, I've seen this on the news. First I get hacked, something Bitcoin, then I can't access the files on my computer. Ransom. Like, no, that's not why I'm calling you. They already hung up on you. So you have to be very clear about what it is you're doing, and you can't give people the wrong impression. I'm a professional here. I've seen this type of stuff a lot. Maybe you have too. Vuln demo, this is professional, this is good. Vul doesn't really mean something to a lot of people, so we could spell this out. Vulnerability demo, okay. And we'll create a public repo. Let's think about what we actually want to put onto this page. So we can write this together, okay. So why am I seeing this page? Why is this important? This is going to be an important discussion. Any other topics? Contact information. We can put a little bit of detail in here. When this domain was set up, it was definitely want to include links or whatever other relevant stuff we can here. I want to do this in a way where I don't include the text of the domain name because we're going to be copy pasting this a lot of times. let's give some specific ideas here of what could go wrong. Okay. Okay, this is pretty good. Why this is important: contact information, how to fix. Okay, Pages recommends. I publish this. Let's make sure the command is still running.